What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Crusader Kitchen. We're here in my camper this week at Stonelick State Park in Ohio. I spent the week out here just working from the camper and enjoying the autumn scenery, and tonight is pizza night. I'd like to show you in this video how I make homemade dough at home, bring it with me in the camper, and then make fresh pizza here right in the camper. So, we're gonna send you into a voiceover back a couple days ago when I was at the house, and then I'll catch you right back here where we're gonna make homemade pizza. Let's get cooking. Alright, so as I get all the ingredients out, I'd just like to mention that the link to this recipe is down below. I use Sally's Baking Addiction Easy Homemade Pizza Dough recipe. So don't worry about taking measurement notes or anything like that. First thing to do is activate the yeast. This dough uses instant yeast, so I'm going to ensure that my water is the correct temperature with my ThermoPro TP3H instant read thermometer. I'm looking for anything between 100 and 110 degrees. Now this dough is nice and simple. I don't even bust out my stand mixer, so be sure to use a bowl large enough to get all the ingredients in. And then I go ahead and add the sugar and yeast, whisk together to aerate, and cover with a clean towel and let the solution sit for about 5 minutes until it blooms. After that, it's time to add the remaining ingredients and mix. Now before I bought my stand mixer, I tested the waters with this hand mixer. It's much more affordable than power tools, so if you're looking to start out without spending a couple hundo, this is a great option. I'll put a link to what I bought down below if you're interested. Now once everything is combined with the hand mixer, it's time to do a little bit of hand kneading. All you do is flour a clean surface and stretch and fold and beat the heck out of it to massage those glutens. Sally, who wrote this recipe, has a YouTube video on hand kneading, so I will link to that if you want to go further in depth. So you'll know you're done kneading when the dough is still soft and you poke at it and the indent bounces back. It's at that point I grab a clean bowl, place the dough in, cover it with that clean towel again, and let it rise until it's doubled in size, which normally takes about an hour, sometimes up to an hour and a half for me. Maybe I should have mentioned earlier that this recipe makes 2 pies, which you're about to find out is a good thing because it turned out I actually needed 2. So I go ahead and cut the dough in half, and I like to use plastic wrap or cling wrap and do this cool little spinny trick to get it all sealed up, and then into the fridge it goes. Now, let's get back to the campground. Alright, welcome back to the camper. Hey, I got the oven pilot light lit, and then it is preheating to 450 degrees, and the pizza stone is in there preheating as well. Once that gets up to temperature, hopefully we'll have a pizza ready to put on there. So let's go here. First things first, you want to make sure you got clean hands, and I bring a little flour with me, and on a clean work surface you're just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on the surface, and then you can get your dough out of the plastic wrap, and it should just unroll kind of like so. Wonderful. And what you do, it's going to be a little sticky. I kind of form it into a ball and place it in the middle. A little more flour on top just to kind of help with the stickiness. And using this part of your hand, just start rolling it out. If it sticks a little bit, just a little more flour. You do not want to add too much flour. And you're just using your hands to kind of get it to go out. You really don't need a rolling pin for this. A couple weeks ago, might have been a couple months ago by now, I published a short where I was using a beer can to make pizzas. So I have added a rolling pin into the camper. Not sure it's necessary, but here we are. And this recipe that I am sharing with you makes two 12-inch pies, if you will. So I'd say that's about 12 inches. I'm going to lightly flour my peel. I'm also going to put some cornmeal down. This has a dual purpose to it. It adds some texture to the bottom of your pizza, and it helps get your dough off of the peel and onto the pizza stone. So you want to feel it, and you just want to make sure that it's going to slide off okay. See that? If it is too sticky on your pizza peel, you're going to have a double of a time getting it off onto the pizza stone, and it's all going to come crashing down and turn into something that looks like a calzone but is nowhere close to a calzone. So just give it a little tickle and make sure that it's not stuck to the peel. So then you're going to use a little bit of olive oil and spread that around. What this does is this works as a barrier. You know how water and oil don't mix? So this is oil and pizza sauce, which is water-based. If you don't do this, this will soak into your crust and you won't get a crunchy pizza. And I happen to like crunchy pizza, so don't skip that step. Get a spoon. And we're just making a mess all over the place already. We're just going to get a nice little layer of pizza sauce. And I like going all the way to the edge. I don't really bunch up my crust. That's never really been my thing. If that is what you desire, you just go around and you pinch it up, kind of make up that little handle. The crust of the crust, I think that's called. I'm not really sure. Comment down below if that has a special name. So we're going to go ahead and get all saucy here. I'm not sure that was necessary. I'm sorry, guys. A little more right there. Wonderful. I can accept that. Then we're just using store-bought Italian seasoning. And you want a nice light coat over here, and this just elevates your flavor a little bit. You don't need this. Technically, everything that's in this bottle is probably in the Italian seasoning, but we're trying to bring the flavor up even more. It's more fun that way. And now, for the star of the show, little mozz. There we go. Might be running a little bit light on my mozzarella. So this is actually my second pizza that I'm doing this week. I brought both pizza dough crusts, whatever. And the first one I filmed for you, I had the camera on the wrong setting. So I'll play that right now. So there you go. Perfect amount of cheese, actually. So I really got lucky there. And now, get some pepperoni going up here. There. Alright, so we're probably preheated by now. Our pizza's ready. I don't think I'm forgetting any ingredients. We're going to go ahead and pull out the rack as far as we can with the pizza stone on it. Try to place this on there without interrupting it too much, and have some pizza. So here we go. Here's this. That's just a little olive oil coming out. And let's see here. This is always the tricky part for me. See, it's misforming. Oh no. What have I got going on here, guys? So I'm starting to think that this is what happens after too many days in the fridge. This dough was not like the first one when I messed up the camera settings, and they are the same batch, as you saw. So I took the pizza stone out of the oven and carefully coaxed my pie onto it with a spatula and reshaped it with a little gentle encouragement, and I think I saved it. All right, I think I saved it. I don't know why it stuck so much like that, but we're on the pizza stone. Now I'm going to go ahead and place it in there. I left the door open for a little bit, so I have no idea if it's going to have to reheat. I got to take the sweatshirt off. I'm going to give it about 15 minutes, and then I'll set my peepers on it and see what it looks like. And I'll keep you guys updated. I've never had problems with my pizza peel like that before, so if you know what I'm doing wrong, let me know in the comments below. Appreciate constructive criticism. We'll be back in a bit. All right, so I checked it at the 15-minute mark. We're now at the 20-minute mark, which I kind of made a note of this the last time I did this in the camper, that was where I wanted to be. So let's go ahead and pull it out and see what we got. Oh, baby. Nice and sizzling. Still got a little bit of lift to it. Oh, look. Now it doesn't stick. And check out this new pizza board. In that short that I made where I had to use a beer can to roll out pizza, I was with a bunch of friends at East Fork Lake, and I was cutting the pizza on the plastic cutting board, and I was like, this isn't my style. I need something. So I made this out of my old dresser. It's maple and works very well. So very, very happy to be using it here today. We'll let this cool a little bit, and then we're going to dig into it and see what a Crusader pepperoni pizza tastes like. All right, I can't hardly stand it. I got to dig into this. Here's my pizza cutter. Let's see. Oh, I like that crunch. It's not exactly round anymore, is it? I don't know what happened with my... Well, I found myself in a sticky situation, quite literally. So I don't know what that was about. That's never happened before, and I promise you that. Here we go. Whoo! A little toasty still. I want this piece here. I like that it has a... Can you guys hear that? The bottom has that nice texture to it, and then it's got fluff in the middle, and the toppings aren't overwhelming. I can smell the Italian seasoning. It's phenomenal. So guys, there you have it. Really not all that hard, really not all that time consuming. I'm not really sure what happened with my pizza peel incident, but fortunately I had everything around me and we kind of overcame that problem. Still came out pretty well. I think the pizza stone had enough heat in it that it still worked because that bottom texture is right where I want it. So guys, I hope you try this. If I can do it, you can certainly do it. Links to the products down below if you're interested. And if you do try this, let me know. I want to hear your success stories because I know you're going to be successful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. Until next week, be well. There we go. Ow. Ow.